There were once places alive with people busy, vibrant centers of art ideas and dreams. Then they disappeared. Time and nature took over, turning crowded streets into empty trails and grand buildings into crumbling ruins, hidden deep in the wild. Why did these places vanish? What happened to the lives that filled them? In today's video, we're chasing the secrets of these lost worlds. Faded walls, broken steps leading nowhere, and faint traces of ancient stories beg us to dig deeper. Did the earth swallow them whole? Or are there mysteries still buried, waiting for us to find? Are they really gone? Or just hiding under layers of dirt and vines? Join us as we explore the wild to uncover the truth. Drop a comment. What hidden place are you curious about? Ollantaytambo, Peru. Ollantaytambo served as a key Inca royal estate in the Sacred Valley, constructed after the mid-15th century under Emperor Pachacuti. The site features massive stone blocks, some exceeding 50 tons, transported over 6 kilometers across rivers and elevations, rising more than 3,000 feet. Walls lean inward at a slight angle to withstand earthquakes, a method echoed in contemporary designs. During the Spanish conquest, it functioned as a defensive stronghold, where Inca leader Manco Inca Yupanqui repelled attackers in a major battle. Terraced fields integrated with a functional water channel system after 500 years supported agriculture through varied microclimates. Ollantaytambo highlights Inca engineering's role in blending defense, religion, and farming amid Andean challenges. Pontic King's Rock Tombs, Turkey. The Pontic King's Rock Tombs in Amasya form a royal necropolis carved into limestone cliffs on Mount Harshena's slopes, dating to the Hellenistic period around the 3rd century BCE. These 21 tombs, with 5 principal ones at the Maiden's Palace area, reach heights of 8 to 15 meters and display facades with round columns and vaulted roofs in Hellenistic style, They served as burial sites for Pontic rulers like Mithridates I, Pharnaces I, symbolizing eternal power. Access involves staircases or tunnels, emphasizing their elevated fortified design. Vardzia, Georgia. Vardzia emerged as a 12th century cave monastery complex on Erusheti mountain slopes, initiated under King George III and dramatically expanded by Queen Tamar. Over 6,000 rooms, including shrines, living quarters, and storage, were excavated deep into the rock face, forming a self-contained city with tunnels for defense and a sophisticated irrigation system. The main church of the Dormition features vibrant frescoes of biblical scenes and a vital portrait of Tamar. The site suffered catastrophic damage in the 1283 earthquake, which destroyed and exposed approximately two-thirds of the hidden complex. Now a museum reserve and still home to a small number of monks, Vardzia illustrates medieval Georgian adaptation of natural geology for strategic monastic and spiritual purposes. Hegra, Saudi Arabia. Hegra, or Al-Hijra, stands as the Nabatean kingdom's southern outpost from the 1st century BCE to 1st century CE. Featuring about 111 rock-cut tombs with ornate facades in golden sandstone. These structures, including the 52-foot-high Qasr al-Farid tomb of Lihian, son of Kuza, showcase hydraulic adaptations like protective water channels amid sandstone mountains and dunes. Inscriptions reveal multicultural influences from Jewish families to Greek elements tied to caravan trade routes. Roman annexation in 106 CE shifted focus to Red Sea ports, leading to decline. designated a UNESCO site in 2008. Hegra preserves Nabatean engineering for arid survival, distinct from Petra's scale, yet complementary in trade networks. Pisac, Peru. Pisac's Inca complex, perched on a ridge above the Sacred Valley, dates to the 15th century and spans residential, ceremonial, and agricultural zones. Over 500 terraces, some 20 feet high, contour the hillside for crop cultivation and erosion control, linked by aqueducts and roads. The Intihuatana features a solar observatory with precisely fitted stones, while lookout points and fortified areas guarded approaches to Cusco. Quilqué pottery indicates pre-Inca occupation from the 12th century. As part of the Pisac National Archaeological Park, since 1983, the site demonstrates Inca integration of astronomy defense and hydrology in a historically significant valley. Prambanan, Indonesia. Prambanan, erected in the late 9th century under the Sanjaya dynasty, comprises over 240 temples in a mandala layout centered on 3 main shrines for Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The 154-foot Shiva temple features interlocking stone blocks and Ramayana reliefs reflecting Mataram Hindu prosperity. Earthquakes in the 10th and 11th centuries caused collapse, with rediscovery in the 17th century. Restoration since 1918, including post-2006 quake efforts, has revived all 8 main temples and several of the 224 smaller ancillary shrines using traditional methods. As a UNESCO site since 1991, Prambanan exemplifies classical Hindu architecture in Java's volcanic plain. Demonstrating religious tolerance through its proximity to major Buddhist sites. Ajanta Caves, India. Designated a UNESCO site in 1983, Ajanta documents evolving Buddhist iconography through its preserved, site-specific artwork. Ajanta's 30 rock-cut caves, excavated from the 2nd century BCE to 6th century CE, served as Buddhist viharas and chaityas in Maharashtra's Wagora Valley. Murals in caves 1 to 16 and 17 depict Jataka tales and Buddha's life using Secco technique with vivid colors from natural pigments. Gupta-era expansions added ornate pillars and sculptures reflecting Mahayana influences. Abandoned by the 7th century, the site lay hidden until British rediscovery in 1819. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Angkor Wat, built in the early 12th century by Sacsayhuamán II, spans 402 acres as the Khmer Empire's state temple in Yasodharapura. Its cruciform layout, with 5 lotus-shaped towers rising to 213 feet, mirrors Mount Meru cosmology, surrounded by a 650-foot-wide moat. Bas-reliefs along 4,000 feet of galleries illustrate the Ramayana and historical battles. The hydraulic system, including canals and barrays like the East Baray, 4.4 by 1.1 miles, managed monsoons for agriculture, supporting the vast Angkorian urban center and its 1 million residents. Converted to Buddhist use in the 14th century, Angkor Wat remained an active religious site even after the surrounding capital's decline, post-1431. UNESCO listed since 1992, the temple reveals Khmer hydrology's peak in sustaining urban scale. Ellora Caves, India. Ellora's 34 caves, carved 6th to 10th century CE, blend Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain phases in Maharashtra's basalt cliffs. Rediscovered in the 19th century, the site earned UNESCO status in 1983. Ellora traces Deccan religious pluralism through sequential rock excavation techniques. Cave 16's Kailasa Temple, a 200-foot-long monolith dedicated to Shiva, was excavated top-down from a single rock under Rashtrakuta king Krishna I. Its multi-level complex includes Ravana-lifting Mount Kailasa reliefs and courtyard shrines spanning 107 feet high. Jain caves 30 to 34 feature Digambara motifs, while Buddhist viharas show Mahayana decline. Ayutthaya, Thailand. Ayutthaya, founded 1350 as Siam's capital on a river island, expanded into a trade hub with European enclaves by the 17th century, housing over 1 million. Khmer Thai-style temples like Wat Phra Sai Sanphet feature 3 chedi for royal ashes, while Wat Mahathat's banyan-entwined Buddha head marks post-invasion decay. Burmese forces razed the city in 1767 after a siege, looting artifacts and forcing evacuation. Designated a historical park in 1976 and UNESCO site in 1991, Ayutthaya's numerous ruins across 289 hectares preserve Siamese urban planning's fusion of defense, commerce, and Buddhism amid seasonal floods. Choquequirao, Peru. Choquequirao, a late 15th century Inca site in southern Peru's Vilcabamba range, covers a vast area at 10,010 feet elevation. Choquequirao underscores Inca agricultural adaptation in cloud forests overlooking the Apu-Rimac River. Built under Pachacuti, it includes 12 sectors with plazas, temples, and over 700 terraces for coca cultivation linked by aqueducts. Rock art features 25 semi-naturalistic camelid figures in Choquequirao on schist walls. As a refuge for Manco Inca against Spanish forces post-1535, it saw resistance until abandonment. Only one-third excavated recent surveys reveal pre-Inca Quilqui roots from the 12th century. Naqsh-e Rostam, Iran. Naqsh-e Rostam, 7.5 miles northwest of Persepolis, spans Elamite origins around 1000 BCE to Sasanian reliefs in the 3rd century CE. Four Achaemenid tombs, carved 60 feet high into cliffs for Darius the Xerxes, Artaxerxes and Darius II, show cross-shaped facades with Ahura Mazda figures and cuneiform inscriptions. Sasanian panels below depict investitures and triumphs like Sacsayhuamán's victory over Roman Emperor Valerian in 260 CE, linking to Persian legitimacy. The 42-foot Kaaba-ye-Zartosh Tower, a possible fire temple, dates to the 5th century BCE. Bagan, Myanmar. Bagan's Plain, along the Ayutthaya River, holds over 2,200 surviving temples from the pagan kingdom's 9th–13th century peak, when 10,000 structures unified Myanmar's regions. Stupa-style pagodas like Shwezigon and hollow goose-style temples like Ananda blend Indian Mon and Pew influences with red brick walls and frescoes depicting Jataka tales. Earthquakes, including the devastating 1975 event, destroyed many. Restorations since the 1990s, though, often criticized for lacking archaeological rigor, initially have recently focused on original techniques. Designated UNESCO in 2019 across 7 components spanning 104 square miles, Bagan maps merit-driven urban growth through its grid-planned monastic zones and riverine hydrology. Petra, Jordan. UNESCO listed since 1983, Petra's 1,200 tombs and theaters illustrate arid engineering that sustained multicultural commerce across Arabia and the Mediterranean. This Nabatean capital, thriving from the 4th century BCE, flourished on caravan trade until Roman annexation in 106 CE, housing 20,000 in a vast red sandstone basin. rock-cut facades like the 130-foot Al-Khazneh blend Hellenistic columns with local motifs accessed via the 3,900-foot Sikh Gorge. Cisterns and channels captured flash floods for 200,000 cubic meters of storage annually. Abandoned post-Byzantine era, Swiss explorer Burckhardt rediscovered it in 1812. Tikal, Guatemala. Tikal, a Maya lowlands hub from 600 BCE to 900 CE, peaked with 100,000 residents in a 23-square-mile core of pyramids like Temple 4 at 230 feet. LiDAR scans in 2018 revealed 60,000 hidden structures, including fortified roads and reservoirs, expanding the site fourfold. Teotihuacan-style altars from the 300s CE, painted with storm god figures, indicate Mexican elite presence and ritual exchanges. Stelae inscriptions track dynastic wars like the 562 CE conquest by Caracol. UNESCO designated in 1979, Tikal's elevated causeways and ball courts quantify classic Maya political centralization amid Patain's tropical canopy. Sacsayhuamán, Peru. Sacsayhuamán, atop a Cusco hill at 12,000 feet, integrates Quilque foundations from 900 CE with 15th century Inca expansions under Pachacuti. UNESCO included with Cusco since 1983, Sacsayhuamán quantifies Inca labor mobilization with 20,000 workers, shaping 6 million cubic feet of stone. Zigzag walls, 1,200 feet long and 60 feet high, use polygonal limestone blocks up to 200 tons, fitted without mortar, via stone hammers and ramps from 12-mile quarries. Three terraces form a Puma head layout, symbolizing Inca cosmology. Spanish dismantled parts post-1536 siege for colonial reuse, but seismic resilience persists. Taxila, Pakistan. Taxila's four settlements from Bir Mound, 6th century BCE, to Kushan Sirsuk, 1st century CE, span 25 square miles in Punjab's Indus Valley. Greco-Bactrian, Sirkap's grid plan with 2-mile walls and 100 stupas fuses Hellenistic theatres and Buddhist viharas. Achaemenid rule from 516 BCE preceded Alexander's 326 BCE conquest, fostering medicine and philosophy hubs like Dharmarajika Monastery. Hunar invasions ended it by 500 CE. UNESCO listed since 1980 Taxila's 18 sites, including Jaulian Stupa map, Silk Road urban layering over microlithic routes. Nazca lines Peru. The Nazca lines etched between 500 BCE and 500 CE across 190 square miles of Peru's coastal desert consist of around 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and 70 biomorphic figures, some stretching up to 1,200 feet long. These designs were created by clearing away dark pebbles to reveal the lighter soil beneath. Recent AI-assisted surveys have uncovered hundreds of previously unknown figures, including depictions of parrots and decapitated heads, especially near ancient pathways. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994, the lines are believed to reflect Nazca ritual mapping with many motifs aligned to solstices, likely serving as symbolic invocations for water in the arid pampas. Their preservation depends largely on the region's extremely low annual rainfall, typically less than 1 inch, and consistently stable winds. Conservation efforts continue to combat threats, such as illegal mining and land encroachment. Chichen Itza, Mexico. Chichen Itza, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988, and one of the new seven wonders of the world, was a major Maya Toltec city in Yucatan from 601,200 CE. Spanning 4 square miles, it features El Castillo, a 98-foot pyramid with 365 steps aligned to the solar year. During equinoxes, shadows form a serpent kukulkan slithering down the staircase. Toltec influence surged after 900 CE, adding feathered serpent columns and hybrid architecture. Rituals took place at the sacred cenote, where early 1900s dredging recovered 200 offerings. Ball courts and observatories reflect Chichen Itza's cosmological design, and 2016 scans revealed a hidden inner pyramid from earlier phases. Hampi, India. Hampi, Vijayanagara's 14th–16th century capital in Karnataka, covers 10 square miles with over 1,600 Dravidian monuments amid boulder-strewn Tungabhadra banks. Virupaksha's 160-foot Gopura and Vitala's stone chariot integrate Indo-Islamic arches in granite. In 1565, Deccan Sultanate razed it but 200-year builds peaked under Krishnadevaraya. UNESCO designated since 1986 across sacred and royal enclosures, Hampi's 30 villages sustained conservation, mapping the empire's multi-ethnic patronage through its numerous shrines. Edfu Temple, Egypt. Edfu Temple, dedicated to Horus, is 450 feet long and 260 feet wide on the Nile's west bank. Construction began in 237 BCE under Ptolemy III and concluded in 57 BCE under Ptolemy XII, taking 180 years. Its 118-foot-high pylon gateway leads to a columned courtyard and two hypostyle halls, with a total of 24 main columns, followed by the sanctuary. Wall inscriptions detail Ptolemaic myths, including Horus's conflict with Seth, and festival rites like the joyous union with Hathor. Buried until 1860, excavations by Auguste Mariette preserved its Greco-Egyptian blend with minimal Hellenistic changes. Edfu documents temple evolution through its intact ritual texts. Sanchi, India. Sanchi's Great Stupa, commissioned by Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, measures 120 feet across and 54 feet high, enlarged under Shungas with stone facing and 4 Taranas. These gateways, 33 feet tall, depict Jataka tales and symbols like the Bodhi tree, avoiding direct Buddha images in aniconic style. Ashoka's pillar, inscribed with edicts marks early Mauryan patronage. Gupta-era additions include Temple 17, an early freestanding structure. Rediscovered in 1818, restorations by John Marshall preserved 50 monuments. UNESCO listed since 1989, Sanchi charts Buddhist art's shift from relic mounds to narrative sculpture across dynasties. Teotihuacan, Mexico. Teotihuacan covered 8 square miles with a peak population of 125,000, around 450 CE, organized along the 1.5-mile Avenue of the Dead. UNESCO designated in 1987, Teotihuacan tracks urban planning's role in Mesoamerican integration through its grid and ritual axes. The Pyramid of the Sun, 216 feet high on a 738-foot base, aligns with Cerro Gordo's peak, while the 140-foot Pyramid of the Moon overlooks a plaza. Decline after 550 CE involved fires, elite conflicts, and tribute disruptions, reducing residents to 30,000 by 800 CE. Extensive surveys have mapped thousands of structures, including apartment compounds, for diverse groups. Temple of Hatshepsut, Egypt. Hatshepsut's Deir el-Bahri temple, built 1479–1458 BCE, rises 97 feet in 3 terraces against cliffs connected by ramps. Senenmut's design mirrors Mentuhotep II's, but adds Punt expedition reliefs and divine birth scenes in hyper-style halls. Osirian statues and Amun's sanctuary emphasize her legitimacy. Post-death erasures by Thutmose III targeted inscriptions. Though not all statues were destroyed, some were ritually deactivated to nullify power. Restorations by Winlock, 1911–1936, and Polish missions since 1961 rebuilt damaged facades. UNESCO included since 1979, the temple analyzes pharaonic propaganda through its gendered iconography and adaptive reuse. Moai statues, Easter Island. Chile Rapa Nui's 887 Moai, carved 1250–1500 CE from Rano Raraku tuff, average 13 feet high, and 14 tons, with the largest at 33 feet. Moai quantify Polynesian social hierarchy through their clan-specific placements and quarry logistics. Nearly half remain at the quarry, walked upright via ropes in a rocking motion by 1825 people per 2012 experiments. Eyes of coral and obsidian activated them as ancestral guardians on Ahu platforms. Pukao hats of red scoria topped 97 statues, added post-transport. Decline tied to resource strain, not just Moai per 2020 studies. Rapa Nui was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995. Copan, Honduras. Copan's 16 Kings dynasty ruled 426–822 CE, peaking under smoke Imix in the 7th century with 20,000 residents. The hieroglyphic stairway, with 1/800 glyphs, records rulers. Tunnels beneath reveal layered temples like Rosalila ritually buried after 426 CE. In 1989 excavations uncovered jade offerings and a royal female burial with obsidian tools in the Margarita tomb. Ball courts and altars show Teotihuacan ties via storm god motifs. The population fell post-800 CE from drought and elite strife. Copan dissects dynastic continuity via its textual density and subsurface stratigraphy and was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1980. Babylon, Iraq. UNESCO listed since 2019, Babylon evaluates imperial urbanism through its defensive walls and multicultural trade artifacts. Babylon, settled by 2300 BCE, peaked under Nebuchadnezzar II, 605 to 562 BCE, with 200,000 residents across 3.5 square miles. The Ishtar Gate, 47 feet high, in blue-glazed bricks with lion and dragon reliefs, flanked the processional way. Itamananki Ziggurat, a 295-foot stepped tower-inspired Tower of Babel Tales. Hanging gardens, if in Babylon, used screw pumps for tiered terraces, though Nineveh evidence suggests relocation. Alexander the Great captured it in 331 BCE and intended restoration, though the city later declined. Saddam Hussein undertook controversial reconstruction projects in the 1980s, often using bricks inscribed with his name interspersed with ancient ones, severely compromising the site's integrity. Palenque, Mexico. Palenque's classic Maya dynasty began 431 CE, achieving its peak under Kinich Janab Pakal Y, 615 to 683 CE, who expanded it to 10 square miles. The Temple of Inscriptions, 65 feet high, hides Pakal's tomb, discovered in 1952, with the approximately 5-ton jade-inlaid sarcophagus lid depicting his underworld descent. The group of the cross temples align with solstices, and their architecture is central to the site's cosmic alignment. Stelae track alliances and conflicts with rivals like Calakmul. Abandonment by 900 CE is strongly linked to deforestation and environmental strain. Palenque was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. Palmyra, Syria. Palmyra, an oasis caravan hub from the 3rd millennium BCE, was Romanized and began to thrive after 64 BCE with an estimated 25,000 to 50,000 residents by the 3rd century CE. Queen Zenobia's 260 to 272 CE empire stretched to Egypt before Aurelian Sac razed it. The colonnaded street, spanning approximately 3,280 feet, flanked the Temple of Bel, a monumental structure with Corinthian elements. ISIS demolished Bel in 2015 per satellite imagery amid theater executions. Byzantine decline followed 1400 Timurid destruction. UNESCO listed since 1980, Palmyra assesses hybrid Greco-Semitic resilience through its bilingual tariffs and post-war looting patterns. Dara, Turkey. Dara, founded 505 CE by Anastasius as a Byzantine frontier fortress, housed 40,000 with 59-foot walls against Persians. Its massive cisterns moat Choquequirao to 180 feet, stored for 500 cubic meters via mountain channels for siege endurance, often deeper than Istanbul's basilica. Necropolis tombs and agora streets reflect 6th century urban grid. Berber cities, Tunisia. Berber cities in southern Tunisia stand as enduring testaments to communal ingenuity amid the Sahara's unrelenting demands. These fortified granaries, or ksua, emerged as early as the 15th century under Berber tribes like the Ouled Sultan in the Tatooine region. Built on hilltops for defense against raiders, structures such as Ksar Ouled Sultan feature multi-story vaulted granary chambers called ghorfas, meticulously crafted from local adobe mud brick and stone. This honeycomb-like design provides natural insulation, trapping cool air below and storing grain and olive oil above, sustaining tribes through arid cycles. Olive oil and cereals fueled Berber trade, embedding these sites in tribal rituals of harvest and solidarity. Yet their abandonment in the 20th century highlights vulnerability to modernization as nomadic life shifted to urban centers. Bosra, Syria. Bosra's 2nd century Roman theatre, hewn from black basalt in a 335-foot diameter, seated 15,000 with 37 tiers of seats and a 125-foot stage wall integrating Nabataean hydraulic channels for flood control. Founded as a Nabataean capital in the 2nd century BCE, it became Arabia Province's Roman seat. In 106 CE, blending caravan trade with amphitheater spectacles. Umayyad conversion to a fortress in the 8th century preserved it amid seismic shifts. Civil war damage since 2013 widened cracks, prompting UNESCO's 2013 danger listing still active in 2025. Bosra's theatre dissects imperial layering from Nabataean forums to Islamic citadels via its resilient, multifunctional stonework. Baalbek, Lebanon. Baalbek in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley showcases ancient engineering at its peak. Originally Phoenician 3rd century BCE, it rose under Roman rule from 16 BCE as Heliopolis, a temple city honoring Jupiter, Venus, and Bacchus. The Temple of Jupiter features the Trilithon 3 800-ton limestone blocks, each 62 feet long, precisely placed without modern tools. Granite columns from Egypt stood 65 feet tall, framing rituals that drew pilgrims from afar. After the 3rd century Christianization, Arab conquests and earthquakes led to decline. Inscribed by UNESCO in 1984, Baalbek remains the largest Roman temple complex, its ruins a testament to ancient scale and craftsmanship. Athens, Greece. Tucked amid the urban sprawl of modern Athens, the Acropolis emerges as a hidden relic of a lost ancient city, its 512-foot limestone crest veiled by time, yet piercing through history's dense forest. In the 5th century BCE, Pericles' Golden Age birthed the Parthenon, a Doric masterpiece dedicated to Athena, embodying the genesis of democracy and philosophy. Its precise columns and friezes alongside the Theatre of Dionysus reflect a civilization that shaped Western thought. Despite scars from Persian invasions in 480 BCE and Venetian bombardment in 1687, the UNESCO-listed site since 1987 stands resilient. This ancient hub, obscured by centuries of conquest and urban growth, reveals a cultural epicenter where ideas of governance and art took root, enduring as a testament to human intellect amid Greece's storied terrain. Kashan, Iran. Kashan, an oasis city on Iran's central plateau, flourished under Shah Abbas in the 16th century, blending Zoroastrian water systems with Islamic architecture. Fin Garden, UNESCO listed since 2011, showcases Chahar Bagh design fed by the Sulaimaniya Spring. The 1880 Tabatabai house, with wind catchers and elegant courtyards, reflects Qajar-era craftsmanship and Kashan's Rosewater legacy. Structures like the Agabozorg Mosque added scholarly depth, while silk and ceramic prosperity declined after 19th century tribal raids. Yet vaulted homes preserved motifs of cypress and fountains, echoing a legacy of trade tranquility and desert refinement. Borobudur, Indonesia. Borobudur, Southeast Asia's largest Buddhist monument, rises from Java's lush heart as a 9th century Selendra mandala. Built around 825 CE by King Samaratunga, its 9 stacked levels, 6 square 3 circular guide pilgrims from karmic reliefs to the summit stupa. Over 2,600 andesite panels and 504 Buddha statues assembled without mortar narrate the path to enlightenment. Abandoned after 10th century volcanic eruptions and religious shifts, it was rediscovered in 1814 by Raffles. Since 1953, Vesak lanterns have reanimated its sacred journey beneath Mount Merapi's gaze. UNESCO-listed Borobudur remains a stone embodiment of cosmic harmony and spiritual ascent. Ancient Nara, Japan. Nara's wooden sentinels whisper of imported wisdom, where 8th century capitals fused continental rites with island serenity. Established in 710 CE as Choquequirao, the city hosted Todaiji's 752 CE Great Buddha, 52 feet of bronze Vairocana, cast amid plagues to invoke peace, housed in the world's largest timber hall. Horyuji, founded 607 CE by Prince Shotoku, claims the oldest surviving structures, its 5-story pagoda layering Korean beams with Shinto harmony. Buddhism's state embrace drew Chinese texts spawning sects amid deer-roamed parks. Capital's 784 CE shift to Kyoto stemmed monastic sway, yet Nara's compounds endured fires and reforms. Flanked by Nara Basin's gentle hills, these UNESCO sites, since 1998, encode a pivot from imperial edict to contemplative depth, their eaves a lattice of borrowed light and local shade. Volubilis, Morocco. Volubilis, Rome's North African outpost in Morocco's fertile Zerhoun foothills, thrived after annexation in 40 CE. Built atop Berber roots, the 100-acre colonia became a hub for olive oil production, marked by dozens of presses. Triumphal arches and basilicas framed lively forums, while mosaics in elite villas like Venus's house depicted chariots and mythic symbols. Roman withdrawal by 285 CE led to Christian and Idrisid layers before abandonment in the 8th century as Fez rose. Near the Atlas Mountains, Volubilis was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997, its ruins reflecting a rich blend of cultures and fading imperial grandeur. Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. UNESCO designated since 1982, Anuradhapura audits hydraulic kingship enumerating 93 monarchs' reservoirs against drought cycles. Anuradhapura's 3rd century BCE grid, 3 miles across irrigated 18,000 acres via Sacsayhuamán tank, supporting 100,000 via 11 Kings canals. Ruwan Welisseya Stupa, built by King Dutugamunu mid-2nd century BCE and restored to 239 feet, encased Buddha relics. Jaya Sri Mahabodhi, planted 288 BCE from Bodh Gaya sapling, spans 21 feet under 9 protective terraces. Chola invasions, post-1017 CE, spurred the city's abandonment, leading to a later Theravada revival in the 11th century. Nemrut Dağ, Turkey. Nemrut Dağ's summit aligns heaven and hubris, where Commogene's king fused east and west in 1st century BCE stone. Antiochus Vephistus' Hierothesian crowns 7,000 feet, with a 164-foot tumulus, veiling his tomb, flanked by east-west terraces of 30-foot deities, Zeus, Oromasdes, Apollo, Mithras, toppled by iconoclasts, yet gazing eternal. Lion horoscope, stelae, map. 62 BCE, solstice rite sinking Persian zodiac with Greek pantheon amid Taurus crags. Roman absorption by 72 CE and quakes buried the peak until 1881 rediscovery. At dawn's edge over Euphrates Gorges, the 1987 UNESCO site probes a ruler's bid for divinity, its fractured thrones, a stark ledger of ambition's celestial gamble. These ancient cities, swallowed by time and nature, whisper tales of lost worlds and enduring mysteries. Their ruins stir awe and curiosity, reminding us of humanity's fragile yet brilliant legacy. Let's keep exploring these hidden wonders together. Subscribe, share your thoughts below, and join our journey to uncover more secrets of the past.